to the final video of our HTML class. Before we dive into our CSS classes, let's finish up the HTML topics. Though these are the most essential topics we've covered, the last three ones we want to do is the semantic tags, the meta tags, and the tables in HTML. So these are the last three topics, and these are the final building blocks you need before we move on to CSS. So let's dive in. Okay, so what are semantic tags? Semantic tags help give meaning. They help to give meaning to your web page. They help browsers, screen readers, and search engines understand your layouts better. So they help in the technical aspect. More of you don't see them, but when you write the code, it helps you to maintain your code base. It helps to give a better view, better layout, better structure of your website in HTML. So as we all know what are tags, we've treated tags in the previous videos. We all know how to write them, what they do, and how they are written. So these are other examples of tags. They are the same thing. It's just that they have these different functions and they have different way of writing them. So for this we have the header tag, which is the subsection, the top section of a page. Then we have the navbar for navigation or links. Then we have the main, which is for the main content. Then we have the section, which groups related content. Then we have the article, which is optional. It is written inside the main also. Then we have the aside, which is for sidebar or related content. I know most of us have visited a website where we see a sidebar. Most of the times we use the aside. So to group our related content for the sidebar, we write them inside the aside tag. Then we have the footer, which is the bottom part of the website. So this is the most popular one, the footer. So let's give a structure. This is the normal structure of a website. The header, the nav. Sometimes the nav is by the side. Then we have the main, the article. The article inside the main, you can have main, then you can have sections, or even aside here, just the way you wish to structure them. Then we have the footer. So let's see how they are written in code. So I already have a file I created and I open it in the browser. I opened it. This is the file. So let's look at the file code. So as you can see, this is the title of the website: meta tags and semantic tags. So these are the meta tags. I will explain them shortly, but let's finish with the semantic tags. As you can see, this is how it is written. Just after my body tag, which is the parent structure. Then we have the header. As I said, is the top section of the page. Then we have the nav. As you can see, the nav contains only the navigation links. So in your website, you might see a website at the top. You see navigation links, home, about, contact, and so on. So most of the times you are encouraged to put them in a navigation how would I say tag. It's not having any problem if you did not put them, but it has a lot of advantages and is the best practice. So if you don't cultivate the practice from now, you would be having some problems if you are working with a code base together with a client or someone who is into tech also. Then we have the main. As I say, the main can contain, this is the main content of the website. So let's say I'm trying to build a portfolio website, or let's say a shopping website, for example. Then I have my header, then my nav, which displays home, products, categories. Then the main is the main content where the products are displayed with their image, their prices, all these things. Then if you wish, you can have in that main, you can have different sections or even a sidebar, so you can group them inside a separate tag for better layout. As you can see, this layout looks nice, and everyone that comes into this place, he knows that, see how they are grouped. Then we have the footer, which is the last part where you would see the footer talking about copyright 2025. Then you see some links again. That's the last part of a website. the last part of every website. So this is just a sample without any styling. So let's view it. This is the header, this is the navbar, this is the content. As you can see, these are the contents, this is the footer. So assuming we style it, this footer will be at the bottom part of this website, the navbar will be styled correctly, then the content will be in the center. So these are the important things about the semantic tags. So let's talk about the meta tags. Okay, the meta tags describe information. Let me go up. Let me just tell you, the meta tag describes information about your web page. So in a website, it has a lot of information. They help with mobile responsiveness, SEO, and how your page is read by the browser. So I don't know, as we move on to CSS, you will learn something called mobile responsiveness, because now if we could directly, we could to the layout of this laptop. It might be that if I host this website online and you are trying to access the website on your phone, the styling might look different, it might look disorganized, because at the first place we designed the website to be only made for laptop view. So that is where mobile responsiveness comes in, which you would see in your CSS classes. You would understand that you have to style for laptop, and at the same time you would style it for your mobile. So let me give you a simple sample of how developers use it. As you can see, if you are a developer, after working on the mobile responsive after working on the laptop responsiveness, then you change your layout to this. You can access many devices as you wish. So this is a very interesting classes. So you would be able to access any type of device to make sure that your website fits in every type of device, so that a user cannot access a user can access the website on any cross platform. So that is where mobile responsiveness comes in. So the meta tags are very essential for this. Then the SEO. What we mean by SEO is search engine optimization. Let me give you a sample what I mean. Let's say I search for this error. Why is my OBS blah video recording sound and video crashing? As you can see, what is the first website that pops up? It is the OBS Studio website. Why? Because it has been optimized that anything related to OBS, the website should pop up first. So this is a very good advantage, and it is very, very important, because it's not about building the website, it's about your ranking on the internet. It might be that you build a blog site and you want to have a lot of visitors, viewers, just engagement on the blog. So you have to optimize it so that your blog will become a top level blog in the world. So this is where SEO comes in, and how your page is read by the browser. So we have a lot of browsers. We have Microsoft Edge, we have Brave, we have Chrome, we have Opera Mini, so and lots more. So the the meta tags, they help a lot. They help really well in allowing the browser to understand how your page is written. So let's look at how they are written. So from these we have only three tags, and this is how they are written: meta, charset, UTF, dash it. So these things you can copy them and keep them anywhere, or you can browse them anytime you want to build a website. Just know that they are there. Copy them and put them there. You see this meta name viewport is talking about the mobile responsiveness. Content width equals to device dash width. Initial scale is equals to 1.0. This is for responsiveness. Then this is for SEO. Meta name description, you describe your website here, very essential. Content, this is an example. So this is basically for SEO, this is for mobile responsiveness, and this is also a tag. So just know that you always use them, and you use them very well to best of practice. Okay, so guys, let's talk about the tables. Next, the tables are used to display data in rows and columns. So I know there might be a time where you want to display a table in your website, maybe a student record, a company record, and lots more. So this is very very essential, even though some people don't use it, but it's very important. You don't know when you might use it. So it also consists of tags, which is the table, the tr, which is the table row, the th, which is the table heading, and the td, which is the table data. So if I want to advise you, I will advise you to just know these 4 tags. If you understand how these 4 tags work, then definitely you can create any type of table you wish to. So let's dive into it and see how it looks like. As you can see, this is my normal structure. Then inside the structure, I have a heading tag of h3, which is not big and also it's not small. Then we have the table. As you can see, the table tag is here. I've highlighted it. Then we have the tr. They are a lot. So I don't know, let me clean this, but let me show you before I edit them. As you can see, this is what it shows. As you can see, the table is clean. Name, score, these are the table head. These are the table heading, because you see they are even bold. Then you see the table row, one row. Then you see the table data individually. So let's go and delete them and redo it again. So let's go back to our tables. I would create my, so before we dive in, I don't want to use CSS for this, because using CSS is the best to make your border look better. You want to make your border to be blue, red, or any color you wish, but this is just an attribute for the table tag, which you can just use border equal to 1 and it will make the table to have border. But if I remove it like this, if I remove it and save and I refresh, so you can see the border is gone because I've removed the attribute. But if I use CSS, it will make the table to look nice. So for now, I'll return it back, then delete this. I'll also delete this. Sorry. So what are we to do next? This is the table tag. The first thing to do is to create your table row. As we all know, we have to have rows. So what should we do? tr. So this is the table row. So the first row, as we know, the first row in everything, the first row should be the heading, as we all know. So the heading will be what? th. So this is how I just want you to be thinking about it. th. Then we can say name, and another table heading at the side. Then we can just copy this. Sorry, paste it. Then we can say salary. I know most of us like things related to money. So, and I'll refresh. As you can see, we are building it slowly. So this is the first row. This is what confuses a lot of people, but if you understand this, there's no confusion. This is the first row, and inside the first row we have the table heading, which is the heading. So I don't want to write again in the table row because I am done with the first row. So let me head to the second row. tr again, tr. Then now I can write let's say hi. So let me write someone's name, Fatima. Then save. No, let me duplicate it. Control C. Then I'll put it here. Refresh. Sorry. Okay, sorry, a mistake. We forgot the table data. Let me delete this. So this is the first row. This is the second row. So in the second row we'll put th, which is the table data, td. So that will be Fatima. We'll duplicate this. So just take it in mind, we have, for every table row we must have table data in it. So let's paste this and name it Abdul. Refresh, and as you can see we have an error. Why? Because I did duplicate of row instead of putting the same table data inside that row. So I should remove it and put it here. I don't know if you understood what I did, the error. The first row displays the heading, then the second row we have two data in it, the Fatima and the Abdul. So let's save, refresh, and it's back. So with this I can duplicate this as much as I want, save, and you have a long row. This is the tables. So there are a lot of tags in it. I don't want us to take this video long. So as a developer, you are always expected to be curious, because most of the developers, the big devs, we all know they are self-taught, because they are curious, they learn more. So I would advise everyone to go more in-depth, research more on them, and find out other tags and build something beautiful for it. So thank you guys for watching this video, and anticipate for the next video, which will be on CSS classes. So thank you guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel and like the video.